Good morning, it's cold weekend. Let's begin, Mr. Messy. Mr. Messy was the messiest person we've ever met in your whole life. He looked messy because he was messy in everything he did. You could always tell where Mr. Messy had been because he left a trail of messy fingerprint wherever he had been. Oh yes, Mr. Messy was messy by nature, messy by name. Mr. Messy lives in a particularly messy-looking house. The paint was peeling, the window was broken, there was a tiles missing from the roof, the flower bed was overgrown with weed, the garden gate was off his hinge. And had Mr. Messy cut the grass in his garden lately? He had not. One morning, Mr. Messy woke up in his messy bed, yawned, scratched, got up, cleaned his teeth, leaving the top of the toothpaste, had his breakfast, spilling cornflake all over the floor, and then set out of work, tripping over the brush he'd left lying in the garden 2 weeks before. There was a wood behind Mr. Messy's messy house with a messy garden, and that where he went for his walk. It was a particularly large wood with lots and lots of trees, and it took Mr. Messy a long time to walk through it. But he didn't really mind because he felt like walking that morning. So he walked and walked right through the wood until he came to the other side. And do you know what he found on the other side of the wood? Mr. Messy found the neatest, prettiest looking little cottage that he had ever seen. It had a lovely little garden with a stream running through the middle of it. There was a man in a garden, clipping the hedge. He looked up as Mr. Messy approached it. "Good morning, I'm Mr. Messy," said Mr. Messy. "I can see that," replied the man, looking him up, then down. "I'm Mr. Tidy." "And I'm Mr. Neat," said another man, peering out of the house. "Tidy and neat," said Mr. Tidy. "Neat and tidy," and Mr. Neat. "We are in business together," explained Mr. Tidy, "and the people who own this house have asked us to do some work for them." "What sort of work?" asked Mr. Messy. "Oh, we're making things nice and neat," said Mr. Neat. "Tidy things up," asked Mr. Tidy. "Perhaps we come along and do some work for you," said Mr. Neat, looking at Mr. Messy, who was looking even messier than usual that particular morning. "But I don't want things neat and tidy," said Mr. Messy, looking up downright miserable at the thought of it. "Nonsense," said Miss Tidy. "Fiddlesticks," said Mr. Neat. "But," said Mr. Messy. "Come along," said Mr. Neat. "Off we go," said Miss Tidy. But, said Mr. Messy. "But nothing," said Mr. Neat, and bundling him into their van, which was parked behind the house, up they went to Mr. Messy's house at the other side of the wood. "Good heavens," said Mr. Neat when he saw where Mr. Messy lived. "Good gracious," added Miss Tidy. "This is the messiest house I ever seen in all my born days." They both said together at the same time. "Better do something about it," said Mr. Neat. And before Mr. Messy could open his mouth, the two of them were rushing there about Mr. Messy's house. Mr. Neat hoed and mowed and pruned and snipped and clipped and cleared and dug and made the garden look neater than it had ever looked before. Mr. Tidy cleaned and primed and rubbed, painted, mended, and made outside of Mr. Messy's house looking tighter than it had ever looked before. Then they both went inside the house. Good heavens, said Mr. Neat for the second time that morning. Good gracious, said Mr. Tidy for the second time that morning. And then they set up about cleaning the house from top to bottom. They brushed and swept and polished and scrubbed and made the inside of the house look neater and tidier than it had ever looked before. There we are, said Miss Tidy. All finished, said Miss Neat. Tight and neat, said Miss Tidy. Neat and tight, said Neat. Mr. Messy just didn't know what to say. Then they both looked at Mr. Messy. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Mr. Neat said to Mr. Tidy. Precisely. Exactly, replied Miss Tidy. What were you both thinking? They said together to Mr. Messy. Is that you look much too messy to live in a neat and tidy house like this. But, said Mr. Messy. But whatever Mr. Messy said was no use, and Mr. Neat and Mr. Tidy whisked him up to the bedroom upstairs. It has been the messiest room in the house, but now, of course, it was neat as a new pin. Then Mr. Neat got hold of one of Mr. Messy's arms, and Miss Tidy got hold of the other arm, and they picked him up and put him straight into the bed. Mr. Messy wasn't used to having bath. Mr. Neat and Mr. Tidy washed and brushed and cleaned and scrubbed and combed Mr. Messy until he didn't look like Mr. Messy at all. In fact, he looked the opposite of messy. He looked at himself in a mirror. Oh, so cute and neat. You know what I'm going to have to do now? He said in a little fierce voice. Mr. Neat and Mr. Tidy looked worried. What are you going to have to do? Asked Mr. Neat. Mr. Messy. I'm going to have change my name, said Mr. Messy, and then he chuckled, and Mr. Neat and Tidy chuckled, and then Mr. Neat laughed, and Mr. Neat and Miss Tidy laughed, and then they all laughed together and became a best of friends. And that really is the end of the story, except to say that if you were messy sort of person, you might have a visit from two people. And you know what they are called, aren't you? Yes, I need them neat and tidy for my son's room. My son's room is so messy. Thank you.